What is up, guys? This is Kyurem from the Trinity of Lift, and today I'm actually here with my brother Aidan, and he is here to showcase his Qliphort deck for all of you guys. So I'll let you get right into it.
Okay, so first off, we need 2 Scout. Scout's a staple because it's at 2 now because of the ban list, but you need to run 2 because it's pretty much a staple. Then you run 3 Carrier. Carrier is really good because it's a pendulum summonable compulse, and it helps to get into your bigger monster that you tribute summon for. Next off, I run 3 Qliphort Helix. Helix is really good just because it can clear back row pretty easy and you can pendulum summon it. Then for the bigger monsters, I run 3 Qliphort Stealth. I really like Stealth because Stealth, in my opinion, it combos really good because you can't chain to its activation. So it's just really good in just getting rid of your opponent's board. Then I run 2 Qliphort Monolith. I like 2 better than 1 just because it adds a little more consistency, just having that reliable 1 scale whenever, and you can search it. Next I run 2 Qliphort Disc. I only run 2 Disc just because Disc, in my opinion, is only to fill up the extra deck. Like, most times I'll either go for first turn Disc or just OTKing with Disc, but in my opinion I just really use this to fill up the extra deck, just to pendulum summon. Then I have 2 Qliphort Shell. I like 2 Shell just because against Shadows nowadays, you can just make a Shell and then activate Sacrifice on Shell, and then you can do Piercing and you can attack twice, so it's just really good in my opinion. Then I run the 1 Qliphort Towers. Towers is pretty much needed in Qliphort now just because it lost a lot of consistency with the 1 Sacrifice and the 2 Scout. And then Towers is just like a really big boss monster that a lot of decks don't have outs to. Then I run 2 Odd Eyes. This is just for consistency in my opinion, because you have 2 Scout now, even though you still have the 3 Summoner's Art. Odd Eyes just helps you get to your Scout better, and if you don't open a Scout and you open this, it's pretty much a Scout. Then I run the 2 Performance Power Trampolines. Trampolines again is a staple in Qliphort just because this makes first turn Towers play is just amazing, and then Towers is a really hard monster to get over, so it's just really good. Then for the spells, I run 3 Summoner's Arts. So I run 3 just to get that Scout to my hand first turn, because opening with anything to get the Scout or opening with a Scout in Qliphort is actually like an amazing hand, just anything to get the Scout. Then I run 3 Upstart Goblin. So I run 3 Upstart Goblin just to add a little consistency, because drawing a card for 1,000 life points is not that bad in Qliphort just because you do a lot of damage anyway. And if that top deck can get you to Scout and you don't have a Scout in hand, it's just adding consistency in my opinion. It's really good. Then I run the 1 Regeki. Regeki is just there for board clear, pretty standard. And the 1 Sacrifice. So Sacrifice is amazing because it's an equipped spell card that can do 4 things, and it's just really good in Qliphort. Then I run 3 Fiendish Chain for the traps. I like Fiendish Chain over anything like Breakthrough or Veiler just because it can stop attacks, and it's just really good because it stops attacks, and I like it for that. Then I run 3 Mind Crush in the main. Mind Crush, like, I only run this card mainly for the search heavy decks like Satellar Knights, Necros, and Mirrors, I guess. Just because it's like you can see their hand and stuff, and it's amazing. And I run 2 Soul Transitions. Well, Soul Transition is kind of a tech card in my opinion because it triggers your Helix and Carriers effect, where you can bounce one and destroy one. So it just helps out a lot, and you can draw 2 for it. Then I run 1 Skill Drain and 1 Vanity. Since these are at 1 now, you kind of need to run them in the main just because Floodgates, and it just helps out a lot with shutting down your opponent. Now for extra deck. So for Qliphort, you really don't need extra deck, but I just made this extra deck just in case, like, what if situations happen where I need to go into extra deck. So yeah. So I run the Dark Rebellion just because it can get over anything. Then Ragnar Zero mainly for mirror and stuff like Madolchi, because there's some people that play it. and then Black Ship just because Black Ship can get over a lot of things, and it's an out to hands too, and hands really hurt this deck. Then I run the Diamond Dyer, Exciton, and Abyss Dweller. So Diamond Dyer is also really good just because it just gets over anything. Like against Necros, the Necros matchup, if they make, say, like a Valk, and then you can't really do anything, you can just say you have a scout and a trampoline, you pendulum summon, you bounce back the scout, you can overlay those two just to get over the Valk, and then after that you can make plays. Then Exciton is pretty standard, and then Abyss Dweller is pretty standard too, just for the Shadow and like Necros stuff. Then I run Castel, Honor Arc, Cowboy. So these are again pretty staple. Castel and Honor Arc. Well, a lot of people would either run one or like either or for the Castel or Arc, but I like having both of them just in case. These are all very situational. This is a very situational extra deck. Then lastly for rank 4s, I run the Rhapsody just because against Necros, if you make this card, you can banish all their mirrors, and then after that, if they don't have any follow-up, you pretty much auto-win the game. Then for rank 5s, because you can make them with the Scouts, I run one Tyrus and one Volcasaurus. So I run these cards just because, well, in my opinion, they're like tech cards to me. I really like Volcasaurus just because it can get over a lot of things and does damage. And then Tyrus is just really good because it just doesn't die. And then I run one Photon Strike Bouncer for a 6. I only run one Photon Strike Bouncer just because most times I'm gonna end up tributing my Helixes and Carriers for other things like the Stealths instead of just tribute summoning them for themselves or just having them on the field as Seal Drain. I'd rather just attack for damage instead of make this. But this is just here just in case. Then, in my opinion, these last two cards are pretty troll, but I just have them in here. So I have a Big Eye, number 11 Big Eye, just because you can make them with like the discs and stuff. I just like this card just because you can pretty much take anything you want, and it's just like very situational. Like against Necros, you make this card, you can like take their Valks and stuff. It's super good. You can tribute your monsters, get their effects, draw cards. Then lastly for the extra deck, I run Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. So Felgrand is like an amazing boss monster because it negates effects and it makes things unaffected, and like it's just really good. So yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. This has been my Qliphort deck profile. Hope you all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite. See y'all later.
That was
Peace.
my line. Ah, well, you guys get the point. I hope you all did enjoy his Qliphort deck profile, and I guess because he stole my closing. We'll see you guys later. Peace.